Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to be working a bit more on the post table here. We're going to be adding the thumbnail and we're going to be enabling the ability to untick and tick is featured in this area as well. So let's get started with the is featured one. So let's create a checkbox column just like below and call that is featured. So that would result in the ability now to select which one's featured, sorry. And we can now also go in and create a filter for this. So we're seeing tables filters filter make is featured label featured, and then what we want to do is a query fn, the shorthand function for function, import the builder, and we want to then say builder query where is featured true. So let me just double check that we got this correct. Oh, we want to call this query instead of build, obviously. And then we want to have this on a new line just for readability purposes. If we now head back, take featured, and we just need to make sure that actually, let's ignore this for now, see if this fixes the problem. So we have query where is featured is true, and if we untake them, it works. So now if we go ahead and create one for publish, and also we want to add in a label. Let's call this publish. We now, let's see, untick this one. There you go. We can also select the ones that's soft deleted. So if you want to delete one here, for example, and we got this one here, which is now a deleted record. So that's basically how we can add more filters into it, and you can do a lot with queries here, but we could also go in and select who, for example, wrote the article and so on, but this is definitely a great start. We could also go in and select which specific tags, and we are going to be continuing to work on this in this video and make it more advanced. Alright, as well as you can have checkboxes in here, we can also display the categories, for example. So let's say tables, columns, text column, make categories, see what we get. Now this looks a bit messy, so we're basically getting the entire bit on the post model where we have a categories relationship, so it gets everything related to that. But with Filament free, you can just say categories, and then the column you want to display, e.g. in this case, the title, and refresh the page, and there you go. Now we're actually displaying Laravel and Filament. But I want to go further than that. I want to actually create a badge. So let's see if we can create a badge here. Perfect. There we go. So now we're actually displaying the categories along with if it's published and if it's featured. And we also want to go ahead and say select filter, make, and in this case let's call this categories, and let's have a relationship with categories, and the title attribute in this case is categories. So if we go ahead now and see what we are retrieving here, so now we're able to select a category, and you can see this one has that category just here, but I actually want to go further than that. I want to be able to select more than one category. So let's try to see if we can achieve that with the multiple feature. So if we refresh and we now search for Laravel, Filament, and there you go. If we then remove it, you can see this one doesn't have categories. So if we just go ahead and see what categories we have created here. We have one called Tailwind as well that we're not using. So let's add a Tailwind category to another one just to see it in full functionality. And now let's go ahead and search for Tailwind. And Laravel. There you go. Now we're able to actually search for different categories. We're able to select if it's featured or published, whether it's deleted or not, and now we will head on to actually adding an image in here. So we have a proper and advanced filtering system for our blog posts. Alright, let's add in an image column as well as the final touch for this one. So because we're using the Spaghetti Media library instead of the one inbuilt into Filament, we need to use the Spaghetti Media library image column, and we can just make one here called thumbnail. Give it a refresh, and you can see this is all documented here on the package. So if you, for example, have something where you had collection or maybe conversion or whichever one you may use, you can easily add it here. So there we go. We have an image added into the functionality here. We can filter based on if it's featured or published, or if it contains the Laravel or the Filament or the Tailwind tag, so on and so on. So we have a lot of interesting features here we can use now for our blog. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below.